All right. Welcome to Third Eye Champagne. I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive. Yes, my buddy here, the Double Trouble team, as I have now named us. Linda G is with us, everybody. How you doing, Linda?
I'm doing good. I was just telling you, I saw Molly Shannon last night. She wrote a book and she did a little talk and question. And I got to tell you, she's one of the nicest people. My sister had gotten a meet and greet, which is like $100, which is cheap for a meet and greet.
Yeah, it is.
And so I was like 3 people behind. And let me tell you, she was just as sweet and as happy. And I had to walk away because she just kept talking and there was a huge line and I felt bad.
Oh,
Because what they do is they take your picture and then, you talk to her. And she just was so happy and nice and was so kind to people. I've never seen anyone that generous with their time.
wow. Okay, my chair just broke. That's fun.
Uh-oh.
Broken chair. It's fine. Wow. Yeah, she seems like a sweetie. She really does.
She's very sweet and so talented.
Mm.
She talked about starving on the streets of LA, trying to get into show business.
Wow.
But she's hysterical. I got to tell you, I recommend I ordered her book on audio because I like to listen.
Yeah, I do both. I'm reading like 4 books at the same time, and 2 are audio and 2 are regular books. I'm listening to Dolores Cannon, her first book, The Convoluted Universe. Weird book, but I love it. Speaking of books, so before we dive in, we got a bunch of questions here from people. And I want to say thanks for being on the show, Linda. Everybody loves it.
Well, thank you, girl. Thank you for being on my show. And I said, get me on your show.
Yes, everybody loves
it. Because everybody loves our gig together.
They do. They really do.
You got to be with Kirsten more often. So we got to make this a regular thing.
We should. We need to. We need to do something live. We got to cook something up eventually where we're doing a live show because I think people would dig on it so hard. I think it'd be so fun for everyone.
Sure, live is cool with me.
I mean, live in person. Girl. We gotta, yes.
Oh yeah, girl. We got stuff. Well, listen, somebody just wrote me that they have an event center in Santa Rosa that they're willing to offer up. So we'll talk later.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right.
It's got a stage. We could have a band if we want.
That'd be fun.
We could get a nice, what is those bands that play the hokey pokey? We could wear our little dresses with the buffet. Listen, I got to tell you something real quick. This is a true story. Her father was like cray-cray. He was funny, but he was bipolar and he was an alcoholic. And one day when she was like 8 or 9, her dad said, you girls should just get on a plane. This is before they check planes and go to a destination and blah, blah, blah. So her and her little friend took the bus to the airport and flew to New York. And when they were in New York, they went around and they called Dad and said, well, we're in New York. He's like, so they said, but you told us to go. They tried to go back a couple of times, but they couldn't. People caught them, But then Dad finally paid for their flight back. But check this out. They wore their little ballerina tutus on the plane and everything. It's so cute. True story. Boy, you talk about gonads.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, we went to New York.
And she's hysterical, I tell you. I'm doing a podcast now with called Beacons of Hope. And it's with what's his name? I just went blank. Arlene, and her stepson is I just went blank again. Her stepson is a famous producer. He used to be a writer for Saturday Night Live.
Oh, cool.
He did Don't Look Up.
Oh, yeah.
Adam McKay.
Yes.
Adam McKay. In fact, Arlene said, tell Molly Adam McKay says hi.
Oh.
So I went to her and I said, Adam McKay, I said, the stepmother of Adam McKay says hi. And she was all over the place. She said, this guy is like the most kind, generous, very well thought of. I haven't met Adam, but I probably will.
the one
Anyway,
that-
we're doing this.
He was collabing with Will Ferrell, right? Is this like the
Yes,
right person?
they
Yeah,
did
yeah.
one of my favorite shows, the Candidate. Remember, it was just
Yes.
hysterical. And so, and then he did Don't Look Up. He's very into the environment. So Arlene and I are doing a podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've never done a podcast. I don't know nothing. We've got some guy working on it for us.
Oh, cool.
And we'll have special guests. We'll probably have your happy butt on there too.
I would love to. I would love to. That would be awesome. That's amazing.
We're not talking psychic stuff. We're talking,
right.
Beacon of hope.
Right. That's lovely.
So
love that. Yeah. Call me up whenever you're ready, girl.
Now,
I'm very down.
Now Adam collaborates with Brad Pitt. So I want Brad Pitt on the show.
Girl, stop. You know I'm single, right?
Yeah, girl, we have to fly down there. We won't be doing it on the thing. We'll be flying with our tutus on.
I'm prepared to fly with a tutu on to meet Brad Pitt. You name the day, and I'm.
Yeah, he seems like a really down to earth, nice guy. I heard he is a really nice guy. Actually,
I have actually heard that as well. So this is a good segue. Speaking of nice guys, and books. Jada Pinkett Smith just put, her book Worthy is
I
out.
heard.
And there's been like massive controversy. So she goes on the Today Show and basically says, Will and I have been divorced since 2016. Not on paper, but we've been separated since 2016. And then she has to go back on the Today Show because everybody was kind of going crazy about it. She goes back on the Today Show and says, no, Will and I are still together. So, the book hasn't been super well received. Will, I guess, showed up on stage when she was doing a book tour in Baltimore very recently and said, hey, I'm here for you, babe. Love you. So it was weird because she comes out and says, she has this affair with this guy, and then her and Will break up, and they've been living separately for 7 years. And so in her book, apparently she says, I was really shocked when he went after Chris Rock because we haven't been together for 7 years.
Right. And also Chris Rock asked her out, correct?
And Chris Rock asked her out. Yeah. So she's thinking it's, it was kind of that kind of stuff. But so what do you see? I'm very curious. Do you see this panic? Because right now Jada is in spin mode. She's trying to kind of clean up a little bit of a mess that she made. Do you see this going well for her as far as the book and the career goes? Or do you think she made a mistake?
She made a mistake.
Yeah.
She's a Virgo too. We got to ask Andre. I don't know if she's beginning or end, but I feel there's Saturn issues with Virgo right now. And
yeah, they've got a Saturn opposition. You guys have a Saturn opposition. Yeah.
May I say to you, I read an article a while ago. In fact, Will Smith was on a show talking about what mama wants, mama gets. She wanted a Christmas vacation and she wanted it just so. And they had to do all this stuff because mama wants it. And he even acted like he was a little afraid of her. I said, oh, that's it, but she's Virgo. And let me tell you, there's some Virgo women, not me, of course, that can be pretty bossy in a relationship. So to me, she seems like she is a little spoiled, Yeah. And probably she shouldn't have had that affair. I'm sure it broke his heart.
I think it did.
You don't think it did?
No, I do think it did. I think it did.
Oh, well, I also think he goes both ways.
Really? I think a lot of people do. A lot of stars do, and we just don't know about it.
He might have back in his younger years, but I felt that he's had crush on men too. He feels more spiritual than her to me.
I know, but she's kind of the one that's talking. I'm the spiritual one, But a lot of times when people talk about it, it's not kind of like a real thing.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time, but I'm a nobody, nothing. Oh shoot. But anyway, yeah, but it's not for us to judge her. No, I'm just saying, I think she blew it. The thing is, she doesn't stick to what she's saying. When you get caught in lies like that, it'll mess you up.
It does. And that's unfortunate because, I'm neither for nor against Jada Pinkett Smith. I kind of, who cares? But But I think
She's
that
a beautiful woman. Did you see her hair is growing back in?
I know. Yeah,
That's great.
looking good. It's looking good. She looks really good. She looks really good. But I do think that she kind of made a little bit of a mistake here, career wise. I hope that it recovers for her sake, for her kids' sake, for everybody's sake. But I think it doesn't just go away, especially because we're in eclipse season and you don't want to mess around, you know, in between eclipses like that.
Right.
So,
And the other thing is, you know, she will get better as she goes in age. As
mhm,
she goes along, she's gonna. One thing about Virgos is they do learn their lessons,
they do.
and she will learn her lessons. But I'll tell you what, he backs her up. Whether she's right or wrong, he backs her up.
I know. I know. I mean,
And
that's
not a lot of people have that kind of dedication.
exactly. It's very, he's a very devoted man. I mean, you know, it got a little bit twisted when he started slapping people, but it's still, you saw the devotion there. I mean,
Well, he thought her feelings got hurt, the look she gave, and so he reacted.
I know.
And she thought it was a joke the whole time. She thought,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Will Smith.
God bless them all.
I know. I don't know what sign he is, but I'd be curious to know and wonder, you know, kind of what Saturn is doing to Will.
Yeah.
You know, because yeah, she's a Virgo, so that she's got a Sun Saturn opposition. Either, you know, I don't know if she's early or late Virgo, but that's going to be teaching her a lot of lessons.
He's September 25th. He's a Libra.
Oh, wow. So he's going to be going through a lot of changes because we have all these eclipses coming up on the Libra Aries axis. So
Yeah.
this eclipse, basically, this last eclipse we just had in Libra basically landed on Will Smith, pretty much.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a sweetness about him. That's that Libra. But Libras can be a pain in the ass and very needy.
There is a sweetness.
She's September 18th. She's down there with him on the cusp.
Yep. She's a late Virgo, so she's not going to get that opposition from Saturn for quite some time, but you can already see it starting. I mean, she's already got that push. Interesting. Well, I have a list. So I put on my YouTube here that you and I were going to be hanging out, and I've got a little list of questions. So let's see if we can find.
Where's my cocktail?
I just want a disclaimer, you guys. I'm not reading on that situation. Got the bell. I'm not
cocktail
on that certain situation that's happening in that certain place right now. And I'm not even going to mention it because my channel is the redheaded stepchild of YouTube. Okay. YouTube, I say things, Linda can say things on her channel that I can't get away with. I get dinged on it. I get warnings, I get strikes. So that's the one thing she and I are not going to be talking about or looking at today.
I'm glad because I need a break.
Yeah, because like I said, certain things get mentioned on other channels and it seems to be fine. They get mentioned on my channel and I get.
Oh, well, listen, I mentioned it and I got hell from both sides.
But YouTube didn't take down the channel. I mean, YouTube didn't get you. No, see, and that's the thing. YouTube actually, I'm on some kind of a list. But
can I say not about this incident, but I see after 2025 peace coming, a lot of peace coming.
Yep.
I think there's good news for the universe.
I agree. And the astrology lines up with that. The astrology does calm down. 25, 26.
Andre mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We see the astrology calm down. So I want to say, okay, so Patty 8925 says, thank you, ladies, sending you both big love. Ropus 941 says, the two of you together are fabulous. Looking forward to it. Heart emojis. Blessings to you both, Jay Rainstone says. Bernie Boo wants to know, okay, first question, this is interesting. Will we as humans be able to bring the vaquita back as a species? This beautiful animal is sitting on the edge of extinction, and it breaks my heart to think it will follow the white rhino.
What's the species again? Rhinos?
The vaquita. I don't even know what it is.
I can ask.
VAQITA.
It's kind of acting like it will go to extinction.
That's what I was feeling too.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
That was I was feeling too. All right, we have a good one here. This is a nice question. Bella Hasnas wants to know, how will the elections go this November in the few states like Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Ohio?
Well, Pennsylvania will go blue. Ohio, I still red.
Yeah, I mean, you might see a little bit more purple in Ohio, but I think I agree with you completely. And Virginia, I think Virginia could go. Is Virginia always blue? Because it feels blue to me.
Yeah, I feel blue with Virginia, but let me tell you, this whole fiasco right now with the chairman thing, people are just done. I mean, the good news is, Trump must be just furious because he wanted Jordan in there. Number one, Jordan also wanted to be in there because, mark my words, you guys, there is something in the wings coming up for Jordan to do with January 6th. And I think Jack Smith has it. So if Trump gets in there, then he can be pardoned. The other thing is he would protest any Republican getting in there in 25. So he's not going to win, but the fact that all this is going on, it seems to be causing worse friction, and the Republican Party is cracking, my friend. We predicted this.
We did.
Eventually it is going to just blow wide open. I mean, they're already getting fisticuffs right now, and boy, are they mad at Matt Gaetz.
I know. So I did a little short on my YouTube, like a really short video. I put it YouTube, TikTok, goes everywhere, Instagram. This also will be in a lot of places, Linda, where maybe you don't normally go. So it's going to be going on Instagram. It's going to be going on TikTok. But I put a little thing and I said, listen, the Republicans that are not Trumpers want these Trumpers out. I'm telling you, they're going to start cleaning house. They're going to get Madison Cawthorn. You're going to see, there's going to be pictures of Matt Gaetz, in ladies' panties somewhere. Like, you're going to start, they're coming after their own. You're going to see it. And people got really pissed at me. They said, oh, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. Somebody said, if you don't know what you talk about, if you're an idiot, make a video or something. And I'm going, okay, I'm not a political analyst, you guys. I'm a psych. These are predictions, but it's coming. They're gonna get these Trumpers out. And
today the vote, he got 2 more against him. Oh, 3.
Who, Jordan?
Jordan. They did another thing and he lost even more.
Jordan's not getting it. I'm telling you, you guys, it's going to be some no name, and everybody everybody think, oh, Hakeem Jeffries. They're not going to let Hakeem Jeffries become speaker.
No, they're not going to let it. I love it. He'd only need 5 of them to come over.
But they won't do it. Like,
they won't do it because they were talking about the little guy with the bow tie.
Yes,
the temporary speaker,
McHenry,
getting in. I looked at him. I thought there's a good possibility. There still may be.
Agreed. I read on that yesterday for subscribers, for members, and I saw the same thing. I thought they might just leave him in.
Because the thing is they cannot be seen to be working with the Democrats. Isn't that a shame?
I know.
We can't work across the aisle, you guys.
No, they will not. I think we might get back to a place where we're actually working with each other across the aisle.
Well, that's when we take over in 25, when we win the Congress back.
Yeah. I think we're going to have that.
Going to hold the cards.
No, I think you're going to have a Democratic Congress, Democratic House, a Democratic Senate, Democratic President in 2024. I think everything's going in that direction. I think it's going to be a sweep.
But I can't believe they're up there talking about cutting. They're still talking about cutting Social Security.
I know.
That's like the worst thing. And also across the board bans on abortion. It's like, what?
Yep.
So
crazy.
It's very sad. It's very sad.
Patty 8925 wants to know, okay, this is interesting. The guys want us to remain positive and hopeful. They want us to know that there has never been as much light on the planet as there is right now. Beyond prayer, meditation, grounding, avoiding negative news, people, and voting, is there anything else we can do to help?
Well, the hard part is the judgment, because remember, I was so anti-Trump, and then my guides told me to knock it off.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean? And they said, you got to get off that F him train, because it only creates more resistance.
Yep, it feeds him.
It doesn't help us. So as much as because we love to get, I call cheeseburger, and we do our little names, but it's very hard to reel it in.
Oh, it is.
But judging is very hard. And the one thing they always say to me is stand in honor. Always stand in honor. So we got an honorable president right now.
Yeah.
And his numbers are going up. Thank you very much. After
Good.
his speech the other night, his numbers went way up.
Good.
And he will protect the regular people. And all he wants to do is a couple of percentages to the rich. You'd think you were trying to take away their firstborn. Just pay a little more.
I know.
Richard Reich, you know, that little short guy that
I
did
love
the
him.
budget
He's my
Obama.
favorite.
Did you see where he said the actual tax that Gates and all these people, these super rich people, like 5.6 billion, such and such, he went down the road and then he said they'd still have like 200 billion left over.
Yeah.
He talked about the idiot from X-Fat, whatever his name is. I try to forget. He said, what's wrong with that? And that money would save all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, let's cut Social Security.
Right. I mean, it's nonsensical. It's nonsensical. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think I would advise Patty, this is me coming from a near-death experience, okay? After my near-death experience, I don't see anything the same. And when you look at the big picture,
yeah,
everything looks different. When you go like this and you look at all the little things, you get really invested in it, and that's when you do start judging, and that's when, you know, and it's human nature to judge, and it's human nature to gossip.
Of course.
And, you know,
we were raised that way.
It is. It's just the way shit happens. But when you pull back and you look at everything, and you look at the fact that, yeah, Donald Trump might be an asshole, but he's still got a soul. You know, he still came from God. You know, when you
and he may have been brought here to create all this madness. Who knows?
Yeah, we really don't know. We can't assume we know the purpose of Trump or his life, or you know, any of that. We can't. But I would advise you to really look at things from a different perspective, because when you start to look.
But as far as bringing light in, that's what she's saying there is true. There is more light, more positive energy coming out from human beings that are saying enough.
Oh yeah.
And he tried to present us in the darkness, and we said no.
Yep, absolutely. Completely agree. So I would say that, okay, this is a good one. Same question, same person questioning. Patty had a lot of questions today. She wants to know, is Jim Jordan embarrassed by the lack of support in the speaker voting debacle? He's so embarrassed.
I think he's afraid. I think Trump is insisting.
Yeah.
I think Matt Gaetz is doing his best to run around. You know, they almost went fist to cuss with Matt Gaetz behind closed doors. And they're going to do a closed door session with a secret ballot to see, which means they won't know who's voting for who. And they're in it now. And how much you want to bet there's even more people if they don't have to say who they are. They're going to say no to Jordan.
They know, first of all, they know Jordan's a hot mess. Everybody knows he doesn't have a good reputation. Everybody knows he's a hot mess. Secondly, I had my live reading yesterday with the members, and I had Jordan. I had him, girl. I had Jim Jordan.
Girl, what'd you get?
He flat out told me, I really don't want this job. It's an idiot's job. He said, so I think you're right. Trump is pushing him, because he told me flat out, it's a hot mess. Anybody that does this is going to get vilified. Any person that has this job is just going to get their asses kicked, basically. He was telling me, I don't want it. So I think you're absolutely hands-on, absolutely correct. I think Trump is really pushing him to do it. You're my guy, Jim. You're my guy. And he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think.
Yeah, Trump is furious right now. He's spitting nails. Plus the judge in that case is going to do something to him for talking about the judge in the January, or the New York January 6th. Yep. Wait, which one is that? Anyway, he said he's going for recess.
Yeah. You know, Trump, let me tell you something. He's not going to have a friend in the world by the time this is all over with. Not a friend in the
We
world.
saw that, the ship sinking, the jumping off the boat.
Yep. Big.
Just
time.
a shame it takes what we didn't know when we were first predicting this, how long, because we can't do time frames.
No.
We kept hoping any minute now, but it just slowly, because listen, those people that love Trump would have been heave-hoing even in January,
Oh, yeah.
voting for Jordan. But now it's a horse of a different color.
Completely. And, you know, you and I, so, you know, Linda and I, if you guys haven't caught the early shows with Linda and I in 2017, go back and watch them because they are golden. They are classics. That's the first time Linda was on YouTube. So it's like you get to see how Linda's whole situation started. You know, it's really cool that way. But we flat out predicted Trump's downfall. We said it was coming. I mean, we said it in 2017, and then people are saying, you were wrong, you were wrong. No. They were just very long predictions. It just took a while.
That's unfortunate. Hey, listen, can I ask you about when I read for Tupac?
Yeah.
Did I say the guys would get caught that did it?
Remember.
We'll have to look at it again.
Have to go, yeah, it's up there. It's up. It is up. If you guys want to go look at the Tupac Shakur reading, it is up. You also read, she did a really good series on the 27 Club. So Linda looked at Amy Winehouse, a bunch of other people. You looked at Sid Vicious, a bunch of other people, Kurt Cobain. Your Kurt Cobain was
Amy,
good.
I know, but
your Kurt Cobain was good, but the Tupac, I remember you reading on Tupac, and for the life of me, I do not remember if you said that this guy was going to get caught or not. We'll have to go look, or you guys can go look and let us know. But yeah, I remember that was a really good reading. He's so accessible. He's that Tupac is talkative, very talkative. Right.
But what's so cool, because there's all kinds of paradises on the other side.
No.
But the main one, all the buildings are like, I've seen it, like Greek temples. There's an amphitheater I've gone to twice that's just golden. And that I can, if you were in the near death, there's a feeling, a buzz, an energy of love. Mm-hmm. So when people mourn for their loved ones, and I understand it, most of the time they're like, see the adios, amigos.
Yeah. No, that's the God's honest truth. That's the God's honest truth. I did Bob Marley, weird one. I think I told you this. I did Bob Marley, Hugh Hefner, Drunk Tarot mashup. And yeah, it was weird. I don't know why. I think I was gonna do Hugh Hefner because that show came out about all the secrets of Playboy. It was really gnarly.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
It was really bad. And I was like, we got to look at this. And everybody wanted me to look at it, but I was like, it's so dark. It's too dark. I need some light in there. So I said, you know what? You know who's really light, who I've been wanting to read on, is Bob Marley. So I put them both together. And Bob Marley came in. Bob Marley was talking. Girl, apparently I tranced out so completely. I was like speaking in an accent. I was gone. I do not know what I was saying. I was gone. My mom was watching the show. She freaked out. She's texting me. Are you okay? Are you okay? But apparently he came in and he was talking about the other side, and he was talking about, please don't be afraid to die. He was saying, please don't be afraid.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to cross over. It's amazing. It's beautiful here. It's amazing. It's lovely. Don't grieve for the people that have crossed over, because they're doing better than you are.
Yeah, some people destroy their lives over the loss of another.
Yeah.
And what it does is it hurts the person on the other side.
It does.
It's like, and I think I was just going to sit down and add some stuff to my book. I'm going to talk about all the people I've read that had inheritance issues, where the brother stole it, or somebody stole it, or my mom would be rolling it for grave if she knew. And when I look at the deceased person that left the money, it's never about the money. It's about what that person has done to their soul. So there's a sadness to it, not an anger. Whereas we're down here, we're angry. Where's my money? Sucker. But over there, they're like, oh, they just damaged themselves.
Yep.
So, they have to feel the pain they did to all their family. But the other thing is, I had a hit the other day about my natives, because they were talking about the buffalo. They had a great show on the buffalo on, I don't know, at Channel 9. Anyway, my native ancestors aren't necessarily the younger native ancestors from great grandmother on might be in the realm that I'll be going to, but most of them live on plains. Beautiful plains with thousands and thousands of buffalo.
Oh my God, you're giving me chills. This was in the Dolores Cannon book that I was listening to, and she was talking about how there is an alternate dimension where these Native Americans go, and it's like they are still continuing these lives where they were never genocided, they were never displaced, their land was never taken, and there they are. She talks about it in this book, and I will tell you, Linda, as I'm like trimming hedges as I'm listening to Dolores Cannon, right? But as I'm doing it, I'm going, I just like dropped the thing and I go, oh my God, she's absolutely right. I mean, I felt it psychically.
Yeah.
I felt it. Oh
and
my God.
People from China, they're not going to be with the Greek temples. They have their own temples.
Yep.
And different nations, Africa, Russia, even. Well, Russia might be a little bit closer. But the other thing is, there's more than this universe. Sometimes we choose to do other lives in different, but they have their own. We don't all gather in one. They have their own heaven. They have their own thing that they do with, like-minded people. It's really something.
Yeah, it's the more, because I was very skeptical about a lot of this stuff. A lot.
I just got a text, and I don't see it on the news, that Jim Jordan is out of the race.
Yeah.
They did that secret ballot and they came back probably.
Yep.
And said more people than just the ones that voted for it. Because there's a lot of people that they said voted for him because they were fearing being primaried.
Right.
But they were happy for the ones that didn't get him. Isn't that something?
He's done. I think McHenry is just going to be sitting there for longer than we think.
Jim Jordan is out. Midas Touch said he lost the secret ballot. Wow. So somebody else is coming up, girlfriend. But still, there's going to be issues. It's not sunshine lollipops.
No.
But at least he would have been dead wood. Oh, he would have just created all kinds.
Imagine Jim Jordan. Oh, girl, no. I don't want to think about that.
They might get a moderate in there. And listen, don't you think Trump is just screaming? And he doesn't. Matt Gaetz caused all that trouble. What for?
Right.
You'd have been better off with McCarthy Jr.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, I wish that Matt Gaetz had called me for a reading, because I would have told him, hey, Matt, it's eclipse season. Don't say, keep your mouth zipped. It is eclipse season.
Did you ever take a look-see at him, at his future?
I did. I looked at Gaetz, and in the short term, I don't see repercussions. I didn't see repercussions in the short term. But I did see that he's got to be very, very careful, or he's screwed. Very, very careful. Or
I see a lot of trouble coming up for him.
Yeah. He made a lot of missteps. I don't think, I think somebody was in his ear saying, okay, challenge McCarthy. Okay, this is your chance. This is your shot. Challenge him. I don't think Matt Gaetz thought of that by himself.
No. Oh, no, he's following orders.
Yeah.
I just love how they went to fight him back in that closed door. He went to take the microphone and they was jumping on him.
I know. That's crazy.
I love it.
That's crazy. So what do you think about Sidney Powell and what do you call him? Cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger.
What do you think about the please?
The Kraken and the cheeseburger. Well, they knew that they had evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay. Yeah. So they'd rather not go to jail, although it'll be still considered a felony. So they've lost their law license.
Ooh.
They got to do all kinds of, but the thing is, here's the deal. They have to tell the truth because they can call them in to testify. If they don't tell the truth, everything goes back to square one.
Really?
You better believe Trump is just unbelievable because they were all part of the deal
The
that
conspiracy.
let's make this fake thing work. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's got to be
You
quaking.
watch. I got a hit. You heard it here. I just saw that number from the 17 that are supposed to be up because now there's no trial. All those jurors were sent home. Now they can come up with the date. They'll have a meeting about the date, which he'll try to make in 2026, to do all these people. And you watch them drop off like flies. You watch. I love it. I love it. And by the way, that's from Molly Shannon. I love it. I love it. I love it.
We have a question from B. Butler, 7158.
Hey, Butler.
The U.S. economy. What do we see coming up for the U.S. economy?
Well, I know the housing problem is really bad. I don't see any huge drop. I don't see Armageddon, but I do see housing being an issue. I think Biden is going to be able to start charging them the really high end. And also the IRS is starting to go after the rich. They couldn't afford it before.
Yep.
So I'm seeing, I just got this. I got like somebody putting their hand over a smooth table. Like, listen, we're at 33 on the Dow Jones, which isn't the economy, but it went up to 34, but still that's not bad. It's just going back and forth between 33 and 34. The gas prices is what's also very hard.
Yeah.
But I see gas prices coming down. Listen, my native land, we got tons of gas. You think they drill there? No, they let those pipes sit. They block them off, but they're still trying to buy from these people charging an arm and a leg. They need to come to the native land and get their oil. Plus more electrical cars are coming out.
Yeah. It's, you know what?
A hybrid.
I
don't like it.
You don't like the hybrids? You have one?
I have a hybrid, but I don't like a full electric because as it is, this hybrid's so quiet.
Yeah.
I've stepped out in front of cars that I didn't realize the car was there.
Oh, have I?
So that worries me, and it worries me. Major earthquake, okay? Everything's knocked out during the winter, so there won't be any sun. Good luck charging your car.
Yeah, agree. I think well, speaking of cars, okay, what do you think about, so in the Bay Area, listen, you guys, this is going to go nationwide, flat out. They're going to do it nationwide, but in the Bay Area right now, we have driverless taxis, and they're hitting people. They pinned somebody. You see that in San Francisco? They pinned a woman under the car. What do you think? Where do you think it's going to go, Linda, with the driverless cars? Do you think they're ever going to get it together?
No.
Or is it just going to be a mess?
They will, but it's about 5 or 6 years down the road.
It's a long time, longer than we think.
Yeah,
longer than we think. Okay, we got a lot of questions, girl. We got a lot.
Well, Alex Jones did not get away with filing for bankruptcy. He has to pay that $1 billion to those poor families.
Really good. That guy's going down too. That guy's going down.
Hey, and I also wanted to ask you, what do you think about, I'm sure you've read on him, Justice Thomas? Is there going to be comeuppance?
I want to know what you think too. So we don't watch each other's shows, just so you guys know, because we don't want to influence each other's predictions.
Because we don't want to be influenced.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, Linda's the best psychic I've ever known. Linda and my cousin are the best ever. Literally ever. It was weird. When my cousin was alive, Linda and my cousin very, very briefly worked at Angel Heart, believe it or not, for about 2 or 3 days. And then she ended up moving away. But she would, so we're all kind of centered around, it's funny. But Linda would say something, and I wouldn't tell my cousin, and I wouldn't get a reading from my cousin, but I'd call her, and she was older, and hey, how you doing? What's going on? And she'd say, honey, I had a flash, and it would be the same damn thing Linda said to me. I mean, these two, it would kill me. God. So I can't watch Linda.
I remember when you came into Angel Heart and I read you.
You read me. Yeah.
I said, girl, you're psycho.
She did. She goes, and I go, well, I mess around with cards, and you go, oh, you got to read for me. You got to read for me. And I was like, oh, God. I was so nervous. I was a
I
nervous
knew you
wreck.
were good because you're very good,
Thank
Kirsten.
you. Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
good.
I was a nervous wreck, but that's why we can't watch each
Although
other's shows.
I'm not one for, there's a lot of good psychics out there. But tell me what you think. I don't think it's a good idea to criticize another psychic on your show
You
or
know,
talk trash about
it's
or talk good about them even. Sometimes I think you just got to let people be.
it's ethical. It's an ethical thing. I'll tell you, because I have had people email me and said, oh God, I mean, weird, heinous stuff. You know, so and so psychic says that we're all going to die, and there's going to be this thing that's coming, a meteor is going to hit, da 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 da, and they're hysterical. So then I go, okay, then you have this dilemma. Do you go on your show and you don't mention obviously anybody by name, but you say, oh,
No,
you know, just so you guys know, a meteor is not going to hit. You know what I mean? So it's a
yeah,
weird.
I do that. I do that. I'll
It is a
say, well,
weird area.
there is someone who said this. You can agree to disagree.
It is a weird area. And I've had that. I've had people jump in and say, oh, you know, Linda says this, Cash Peters says that, you know, so and so says this, what do you think? And I will give my read, and maybe it agrees with your, you know, the other person's, and maybe it doesn't, and that's fine.
Right.
But no, I don't think it's okay to shit talk anybody. I mean, you know,
Right. And you know
don't.
what? Some people like me and some people don't like me. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
cool. But they'll like another person. So
Same.
everybody has their own taste.
Same. I completely agree. You know, as far as Thomas goes, so I want to know what you think, because I don't know what you think, but I
Okay.
see a slow burn on Clarence Thomas. So is he going to get his comeuppance? Hell yes. But is it going to take time? Hell yes. What do you?
Yes.
You see the same?
I'm seeing, okay, I've been saying this and you can tell me what you think. I've been seeing that when Biden wins again, he's going to be like, basically, no Republicans will be dropping off like flies.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be some sort of investigation or something coming up, I think, for his wife, Jenny. And then I see him saying he's leaving because of health reasons, or he's announcing something.
Yep.
That's what I saw.
I agree completely. I think this guy is leaving. But it takes time. If you're looking at your watch going, all right, ladies, is this going to happen, you know, in 2 months? No, it's going to be a while. It's going to be likely a couple years before you see the comeuppance, but you will see it.
Do you think that guy that he was in bed with, the one that was paying for everything, do you think that guy cut him off and isn't going to be doing that anymore? He must.
Huh. That guy's got some very weird energy around him. Very weird energy around him. I can't remember his name. For the life of me.
Me neither. And there's a big thing coming up with the court that's going to give billionaires a tax break.
Yeah.
And they're saying Thomas needs to recuse himself. I don't see that going through, you guys. I even see Kavanaugh and Roberts voting against it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to go through. I think that Thomas did get cut off from this guy, but I don't think this is the only person Thomas was taking money from. I think
there's tons. Yeah.
He was, I mean, you know, believe women, Anita Hill was trying to save our asses. All right, y'all. Anita Hill was on the side of God. And
well, she tried to warn us.
She tried. Dr. Blasey Ford tried. I mean, it's still a man's world, unfortunately.
You know, can I tell you something? What broke my heart? There's a picture of Justice Thomas at one of those events, the rich men's event, with that guy that gave him all that money, and Ken Burns. It broke my heart. Oh. Now, Ken Burns needs money to do his things, and I don't think he looks like he's prejudiced at all, as far as politically. But it kind of broke my heart that he was doing pictures with them. And the other one that was there that shocked me is the guy that played Pierce Bronson.
Oh, really?
He did a picture with him.
That's shocking. That
and the gal that just died, she was a Trumpster too. Did you know that?
Who?
From Three's Company.
Oh my God,
the blonde.
Suzanne Summers.
There was a video of her in 2017 saying, I really like Trump, so there goes my career. She laughed.
Wow. That's, it's funny. So there's a woman on Instagram. She's kind of all over the map. Jessica Reed Krause, her Instagram is House and Habit. She was one of the forerunners of backing Johnny Depp during the Johnny Depp trial. She was, releasing all this information about Amber Heard and da 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 da. She definitely seems like she might be a Trumper.
No, oh.
It's unfortunate. I still read her. I still follow her on Instagram. I still read her stuff. Her writing's pretty good. She comes out with some interesting things for sure. She's been following the Ghislaine Maxwell trial like to the T. And I do like her,
I like that. Yeah.
her reporting.
I gotta enjoy Instagram.
She
I
came
need to
out.
get on Instagram.
Oh, you're not on Instagram? You gotta get on Instagram, lady. She came out and said, I've had numerous celebrities contact me and tell me they are closeted Trumpers and the names would shock you.
Mm.
She wrote that, and she's not going to name names, but she said, because she's basically claims she's an independent, so she doesn't care. She thinks Biden has dementia, and she's not anti-Trump by any means, which is unfortunate because he's a fascist. But she says, because I'm so open-minded, people just tell me things. And she said, all these celebrities have told her, you'd be shocked at the names that these people that back Trump, people you never think.
Well, Biden doesn't have dementia. And let me tell you something else. He's going to win again. That's my prediction.
Yep.
And let me also tell you something else. The people I know all over the world my clients, etc., are writing me and telling me, you'll never guess what. My neighbors took down their Trump flags.
Yes.
Or my brother called me and said he changed his mind. And I have some relatives that have contacted me and said they were Trumpsters.
Yep.
And they've changed their mind because where's your appetite for someone who has 94 charges and it's just one thing after the other, and he's not really rich.
No, so I read on yesterday, I looked at Trump. I don't look at Trump a lot. I don't like to read on him. He's just a little icky, but
I know.
Let's look at Trump. Let's look at the kids. Let's see what's going on. Get a little, just to kind of peek and see. And I tell you what, every single card. So I did Donald, Don Jr., Eric, and Ivanka, and every single card spread showed they were all worried about money. So they know, they're all worried about money.
I've seen Jared sitting in a courtroom, so he's in trouble about all that money he took.
Same. I have seen the same damn thing. And I think that's going to take a while to pan out, that prediction, but I've seen him in the same situation. Woo, that gave me chills.
And somebody was writing about Saudi Arabia. I know they could be sort of cold, but they're saying Saudi Arabia's changing a lot and getting more in the middle instead of being. It's really weird. I saw that and I took a note of it because I thought, okay, Saudi Arabia might even come in to help with all this chaos. So we'll see. Just food for thought.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. That, you know what? I think that does it for questions.
Is that it? Oh my God, girl, the time flew by.
The time totally flew by.
That's who I'm going to be on today. Violetta.
Oh, I love her.
She's so sweet.
I love her. I really love her. So many interesting people have cropped up in this, psychic political community.
Well, she was one that had her husband got real sick, and I did a thing for her and was able to send her money. Like,
oh, good.
Mel, Jesus. Hey, everybody, Mel's back from Europe, so.
Yeah.
Hey, they're saying try not to travel. Don't go to Europe. So, girl, we better cancel our plans.
Oh, honey, put the tutus away. We're not going anywhere.
All right, Lulu. Lulu wants to, play, you know what.
Baby, before we go, I do want to say, I want to get this astrologer on the show. She's really good. But
what's her name?
Lori, and I can't remember Lori. She's really good. but she is she's an astrologer and a political analyst, and so she's got all this political astrology. I gotta get her. I'm obsessed with her. But she did say, so warning everybody, she says the astrology for tomorrow is cray cray. Okay. Not great if you can stay home, if you can kind of chill in the house and not go out, not get into any conflicts. She's like, the astrology is not good. So
Is this because of the eclipse?
no, there's a Pluto square, something squaring Pluto. I think it's Mercury, but the sun and Mercury, I think, are squaring Pluto. And it's just not, she says it's not pretty. She doesn't like the astrology. You could see an uptick in certain things in certain places that I'm not allowed to talk about on my channel. But also just be very careful. She's like, it's the potential for conflict and that kind of stuff. Very high.
I have front row seats to see Rachel Maddow in San Francisco tomorrow.
Oh, you should be fine. You should be
You
fine.
think so?
Yeah, but just drive carefully.
It's early in the day.
Yeah, no, you
It
should
starts
be fine.
at 4 or
But
something
this
like
isn't
that.
this is the kind of energy where like if somebody cuts you off in traffic, like don't give them the finger, you know, like it's that kind of energy. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, people are gonna be acting a little crazy. So as long as you just sort of keep back, you know,
Right.
don't engage, you should be fine. But she did say
Okay.
that. I wanted
Thank
to
you, sweetie. You
let
look
people know.
fabulous. I just got to tell you.
You look
I
fabulous.
saw you at death's door. Girl, you look so good. Your skin is great. Your eyes are bright again.
I can't believe it.
Somebody was on the other side helping you, girlfriend.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it that I'm doing as well as I
Yeah.
am. You know.
And now all we need is room service.
Oh God, room service. I'll have I'll have a mimosa.
A good friend of mine and his wife invited me to go camping at the end of this month of November, actually. I said, if it don't have room service, I ain't going nowhere.
Girl,
I
no.
don't do camping. I don't do camping.
I think I've gone camping 3 times in my whole life. It's a lot.
When we were little, my mom was like 19, dad was 20. They were young and we do Yosemite every year. Dad would pitch a tent, you know, with 3 kids. And I remember having a good time, but yeah, it's too much work.
Well, as an adult, you want a nice mattress and
yeah, and also they have those cold showers. They might have improved them. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's you know, you come away, you're smelling like campfire, you got dirt in your ears. It's not fun. It's just that's not my scene.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, sweetie.
Thank you
I'll
so
tell
much.
Violetta
everybody.
you said hi.
What's that?
I'll tell Violetta you said
Oh my God, please do. Give her my love. She's the best.
Okay.
Everybody, thank you so much
She's
for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I know you know who Linda is, but if you don't know, that's Linda Grindle. She is a very good friend of mine. She's amazing. She's brilliant. Please go follow her channel. She is fabulous. She is not open for private readings. She is retired, but you can watch her.
I did open some holiday stuff and it went in less than 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean,
but fortunately it's only a couple of months, so I'm closed shop again.
I am, however, open for readings because I need to pay those medical bills, y'all. So hit me up.
Definitely book with her. She's good.
I'm your girl. Thank you so much.
I'm really in trouble, you're the one I want to go to because you're really good. So
same. All right, friend.
Thank you, girlfriend.
Thank you. We love you. Have a beautiful day.
Bye.